Welcome to the final part of Love Story's Furry Shades of Gay. It's been a long time coming, and I can't wait to see what's in part 5. But first, I want to show you something I've been working on. I've been sucked into this fandom out of nowhere, and I feel like I might as well contribute. I want to make my own furry character, completely unrelated to love stories and totally safe for work. But staring at this blank canvas makes me wonder, what really is a furry? And what is this community that I've recently been exposed to? And I find that I have more questions than answers. So I think if I want to make this character successful, I really need to dig a little deeper and find out some things for myself and for anyone else who's out of the loop. So let the research begin. Maybe this won't be so easy. Let me just say something to the YouTubers again, if anybody's watching. In the last Let's Play of Love Stories, I asked if any furries would like to do an interview with me so I could learn more about them, but no one really replied, and I didn't keep asking. I posted on Reddit a few times, but never got any responses, so I sort of gave up and forgot about making this video. Sometimes people would comment and ask, when is part 5 coming? But I really didn't know if it ever would. So I sat in darkness, waiting for the moment when life would give me purpose. Silence, stillness, slowly losing my grip on reality until a couple months ago, a user by the name of Resbark commented on my video and said they'd like to do an interview with me. Now before I go too deep into this, if you would just like to watch the gameplay for part 5 of Love Stories, there's a link in the description below. But I think this is good content here and what you're about to see. So I would like if you could stick around and watch this video too. Yeah, bud, you're like a liability now. That's not gonna cut it. I think we need like a disclaimer or something. Could you know what? Actually, I'll do it. Just let me do it. Yeah, I'll call you if I need you. This project has taken so long to make, which is actually a good thing. Because as I've learned more about furries and myself, I'm realizing that a lot of the things I've said in this video and before this video were rude and ignorant and assumed a lot of things about furries that I really didn't know. I do want to just put a disclaimer that I'm aware of these things. I especially know that one person can't speak for the whole community and that there is a lot of generalizing that goes on here. But I do just want to use this video as a step towards better understanding this furry phenomenon. Anyway, this interview with Resbark that I've been working on for a couple months now, it hasn't gotten anywhere, and I don't have audio or video of him talking. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read the dialogue that we had together on Discord, and maybe I'll animate, you know, a wolf avatar and my little face, and it'll look like the characters are having a conversation. It's just gonna be my voice instead of his, with his probably German accent. But that's okay. And this is exciting either way. Hey, Resbark, how you doing?
I am a 2D representation of Resbark's Discord persona, and in no way claim to accurately depict Resbark as a person.
Right. Anyway, my first and most important question is, what is a furry? Is it a name for animal characters, or the person who's a fan of said characters?
So first of all, a furry is a person who is fascinated by anthropomorphic animals. It is also the name for the anthropomorphic animal or character itself, an AC. Furries are fascinated with ACs on an almost spiritual level, for lack of a better term. You know how people talk about spirit animals? Mine would be the wolf. Who knows why? I've always liked canines, and you can practically become the furry persona or fursona you created. Or you can simply enjoy writing, talking, and creating such characters. I'm in the second category for now. Then again, I really adore the profile picture I chose. The mood it sets, the wolf, the contrast. I put in the colors myself and highlighted and darkened the white and black areas partially. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind being a friendly werewolf at all in real life. Vampire works too. Humans are way too boring after all.
So what is the difference between an animal character and a human character? Is it just their appearance, or is there something more you prefer from an AC that a human character can't do for you?
I admire the strengths in animals, their relentlessness and unwavering will, struggling to survive or hunt. Sometimes this translates to furry characters. Humans are fragile, imperfect creatures, if you will. Furries, however, combine the intelligence of our own race with animal characteristics and senses. Most of them could be called superior. Also, if you thought for a second, being a human is pretty boring, no?
Well, I think we all fantasize about escaping this boring human life sometimes. And while you might escape with fantasies about furries, I might escape with fantasies about movies or music or role-playing games. And I guess it's just the characters that are different. Do ACs have the same goals, personalities, and morals of human characters? Because in my mind, to tell a traditionally good story, they'd have to be pretty similar. Like Luke Skywalker, for example. Would the furry version of Luke be more appealing to you?
The differences to me are not as big as you would probably think. Even saying there wouldn't be much of a difference. Although most furries are pretty much humans with a different outer shell. Would the furry version of Luke Skywalker be more appealing to me? In short, not at all, since I think Star Wars is boring. Otherwise, not necessarily. I don't fancy all furry species, and there's a bunch, as you can imagine. Plus, the fact I'm inevitably a furry does not mean I always prefer furries over humans. I would say it depends on how well they're written. Furries simply make for more interesting stories and can excuse for more brutal and raw procedures, kind of similar to superheroes or villains. And of course, ACs in general have the same course of action as normal, unaltered human beings. In wolf shifter books, the werewolves are alphas, betas, omegas, and live in packs. I don't fancy this kind of lifestyle, and if you ask me, I'm still maybe, perhaps, probably, definitely a human.
So the main difference is the physical and social traits that come along with being an animal character? Do furries have to be animals with fur, or are fish, birds, lizards, and insects included as well?
The term furry can be further divided into subcategories such as avians, scalies, or so-called protogen. Just like cyborgs, androids, or robots with bioparts for humans, protogen are the fusion counterpart between furry and machine. Personally, I'm not a fan, though there exists far weirder stuff, to be fair, clear, and honest. As it happens, people cross different species and entirely new ones emerge. A very good example is the Rexuium, which can be found all over VRChat. If you ever played VRChat, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm in VRChat now. Resbark mentioned that there was a skin of a weird type species, cross species of furry called Rexuium. So I thought because I have VRChat, I might as well try to find it. So that's what I'm going to do. You can come along with me and we'll go see if we can find it anywhere. This place is called the Black Cat. There's a cat. Maybe there's some furries inside. Let's see.
Mizu Minty, who the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah? This is like Jafar.
Why are you so tall?
How you doing? All right, this is not where I want to be. Hey, does anyone have any idea where I can find this Rexuium furry avatar? No? Doesn't look like it's here. There are some furry avatars, but not Rexuium. Do you know where I can find a Rexuium avatar?
Can you describe what it looks like for me?
It's like a gray furry, and it has black feathers on the top of his head. That's all I can really say. I think it has green eyes.
Is it one with like the short, kind of hoodie-ish with the belts? Is it that one?
No, I don't. It doesn't have any clothes on.
Oh.
I can't find this furry skin anywhere, and I think I need some help. So I'm gonna ask my friend Eric, who's the only other person I know who has VR. Maybe I'll bring him on here and he can help me find this furry skin somewhere. So let's see. I have played VR chat. I've seen a lot of furry characters on there, and I'm always surprised by how detailed the avatars are. So almost any kind of creature can be a furry?
To be honest, I'm not sure myself anymore what exactly is counted as furry and what's not. Beings like aliens are a different story. Unless we're talking about Chewbacca, Stitch, Rocket Raccoon, OG Robin Hood, or Na'vi from Avatar, of course. Those are at least more or less resembling animals. But remember, anthropomorphic does not equal furry.
Okay, so furry is kind of a blanket term for an insane amount of different types of characters. Let me draw it out to make it clearer. So at the top, you have the main title of furry. And underneath it branches off to a couple different subcategories. So these subcategories fall under ACs, which is anthropomorphized character or animal character. The first is avians, which are like bird-like characters. The next is scalies, which are fish or dragons or lizards. And then you have protogen, which is that blend between furry and machine. And then you have classic furries, which are like wolves or dogs. And so also under the furry blanket term is the human people that call themselves furries. They use the same name as the characters. And it's because they kind of adopt that personality, so they can express that through fursuits or just drawings of their furry characters, and that creates a fursona, which is like role-playing as the ACs. Okay, now that we're clear on that, I am going to start creating my own furry character. So I think I've decided that my furry character is going to be a takin. It's this big furry mammal with horns, and it's funny looking to me. I just heard of it for the first time like a couple months ago. But before I start drawing it, let me check in with Resbark to see what makes a good furry character. So Resbark, I want to try my hand at making a furry character, but I wonder what makes a successful AC. How far does the anthropomorphism go?
Furries literally come in all shapes and sizes. In general, furries are supposed to look and feel like actual humans. There are more than enough examples in anime, but in Western shows they're mostly only furry animals, like Madagascar. What kind of fursona are you going after anyway? Most popular are wolves, dogs, wild cats, dragons, dinosaurs, yeens, etc.
I'm thinking maybe a takin. It's big and it has horns. But does my character have to be big and strong, like true to the animal, or can it be funny and small? I'm thinking he'll really like the beach, so maybe he'll wear a Hawaiian shirt all the time.
You can make him however you want. Give him wings, fins, and webbings, more horns, a giant hopkin butt. Make him go invisible, make him a time traveler, make him wear transformable. It's all up to your imagination. You can even give him a profession, like deep sea diver, ninja, FBI agent, farmer, police officer.
Farmer, police officer. Okay, I've got a bit of choice paralysis now, but I think I have a better understanding overall of what works. I think my takin is going to be perpetually on vacation. Like wherever you go around the world, he's already there chilling, you know. So while I start to sketch him out, maybe you should watch some Love Stories gameplay. This is part 5 of Love Stories. It's been a few months and I'm in a different room, but I am ready. Been waiting on this. Oh, they added a 6th part. That kind of ruins all of my plans. Jake is having the time of his life. Sun is out, flags are out, Pride Parade is on. Then he catches a glimpse of a sultry Doberman in a side alley. Doberman beckons him. Starting out with 320 cash, got a move tool. Let's do it. So, Jake is using a smartphone. He's able to text with his human fingers and human-made technology. I wonder if their furry history is the same as our human history. Like if there was a furry Jesus at some point, or furry Caesar. What would they have evolved from if that's the case? Because clearly they're intelligent enough to make the technology that we have. That's Maximus and Riley from the first episode. It's all coming together. That's brilliant. I forget these characters' names, but they were in another episode. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Of course I'm going to stick around. I'm your producer. Yeah. I can show you what I've been working on. This is what I've got so far. We'll see what he looks like when I color him in and do everything on the computer. There he is. Yo.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Give me a high five.
How's it going?
How's it going, man?
I have a really weird problem. You know, I've been talking about the furries and I'm doing the video and everything.
Yeah.
There's a skin in VR chat of this specific weird like alien species of furry that looks like a wolf but also has like spikes and feathers and something, and it's called Rexuium. And
Okay.
I want to try to find this skin in this game.
So we're going on an adventure. Is
Yeah.
what you're telling me.
Yeah, if you can help me find
Very
the skin.
interesting adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think this is where we want to be.
I don't think so. This is just
Whoa. Don't judge too fast. Don't judge too fast.
no judgment.
We're just looking
We're
for
looking for a
things.
very
Yeah, we're not
specific
judging.
thing. Do you have any idea where we could find a Rexuium furry avatar?
Oh my god, I just crashed my own game.
Wait. Invite me with you guys. I want to go get the reptilian furry.
Okay. Yeah, you can throw a portal down, I guess.
Why am I taller than everyone here?
Fur Hub, the furry. All right, let's do this.
I'm the tall
Oh my
one.
god, you found it. All right, put a portal down. All right. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, what's up, me guys?
What's up?
Yo.
Well, we found it, Tony.
Yeah, we did. If it's not
Any place you're gonna
here,
find it, it's here.
yeah. Man, what is
All right, well, let's
this
just-
place?
Just they're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere.
That's such amazing design, honestly. None of these are it, but they're all very cool. T-shirts. Okay. That's not it, but we're getting closer.
Sexy lion, bro. I'm fucking huge. All right.
Oh.
Keep looking.
Oh, this looks just like it. This is what I was told is Rexuium, but it has a different name.
Brazil. It's very close, to be honest, bro.
Resolorkier? Oh, it's created by Resolorkier. Okay. It's...
Do you see me yet? Did it load?
Yeah, you're it. That's it. That's the Rexuium.
This is it?
Yeah, wait, let me try to get it for myself.
Yeah.
This is... I'm pretty sure this is it. Does it have a name?
Is it? Rexuium child. Rexuium child.
That's it then. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, we found it.
Wow. Yeah, we found it.
Exactly what I was looking for.
This is it.
That's great.
So,
I'm kind of crazy and not surprised this place exists. That was a little bit easier than I thought it was going to
yeah, it was a lot easier
honest.
than I thought it would be. Is there a mirror somewhere so I can show that I actually have it?
It's right here.
Oh, there's a mirror?
What's up? Oh, yeah, toggle transparent mirror.
Nice.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you. This is it. I'm surprised that there's really this many skins. People really work hard at making these, I guess.
So this looks like just like an art gallery now.
Yeah,
Like downstairs are the avatars, but this is a gallery.
right. That's pretty nice. Oh my god. So there's a lot of different varieties of furry art, it looks like. There's some like Crash and
There really
Blep, which
just
is like, it's just a dog, you know? It's rare that you see like a bird character too. It's kind of like evil Mordecai
is
from
true.
regular show. Yeah, this is more of what I'm used to.
Yeah, this is insane.
Yeah, it's like a
It's like a dinosaur
dragon dinosaur.
hybrid thing.
Oh
no. Do we even dare to go in there?
We shoot. Let's
I
go.
feel like we have to.
Yeah, all right. Oh my god, there's so much more in here.
You know, the thing is that it's all like well drawn, you know?
It is. There's a lot of different caricatures and art styles. Like, I was looking at this one over here, the Hello Furry one. That looks like, someone who's just getting their hands in and around on it. But it's
Yeah.
got that unique sense and style.
Right. This one's really good.
Yeah, if you went all
Like
in.
the shading on this one, I wonder what he's thinking. Oh wow, someone scanned like a colored pencil one. That's neat.
Oh, that is really cool. You get up close to it, you can see the pixelations from the,
Right.
like belly full.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
You can literally change the colors of it.
That's really neat.
And then
You can swing your tail.
muscle, you can change your muscle. Yo, look how fucking swole I am.
Whoa. I bet people like this better than actual fur conventions.
Oh, for sure.
'Cause you
can
have
literally just draw 'em
so
and
much more
show us shit
control.
for free.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, we did
I
it.
think I'm good with this.
Yeah, thanks for your
Oh,
help.
we did it. We did the thing. Yeah, man.
So
Should we
you-
take? Can't we take selfies? Should we take?
Yeah,
furry
yeah, yeah.
selfies?
Let's do it.
Let's go take a furry selfie like in the hub area.
Okay. Here we go. Timer, 5 seconds. Get ready. Hey, you want to get in this picture? It's crazy difficult to angle this. There we go. All right, we got it. Not doing so good on this one. Let's try this again. My brain just can't comprehend this kind of game. It's like Bejeweled, but worse. Looks like all I can do is get money. This is what you wanted to see, right? 20 minutes of me failing at these mini games. Why is this one so hard? I don't know if I can do this. I wish there was a way to cheat. Alright, I'm just gonna have to play 2 games in a row just to get money, and then I'll have enough money to carry me through the actual game. We'll do it again. Money only. You kinda really have to grind at this game. I doubt that anybody could do this skillfully. It seems like it's all up to chance. I have enough money. I'm gonna try for the hearts this time. Man, I'm gonna lose again. I just don't get it. I wonder if they strategically made this minigame harder. Because it's the final part and they ramped up the difficulty. Come on. I'm already out of money. I'm so close. I'm gonna really think this one out. Which one gets me the most success here? Good game. I can't believe this. Let's try a different one for now. This one was infinitely easier. I think they definitely rigged the other one. But now we really have to do the hearts. Okay. Focus. This is where I make it or break it. Let's see what I can buy. I can buy 3 free moves. I don't know how I'll make them work though. I did it. Oh man. 1 turn left. Whew. If you play this game, let me know if this part is really difficult for you or if it's just me. Okay. There's no easy way to get into this, so I'll just ask, is being a furry a fetish? Most of what I've seen about furries online is pornographic.
Similar to otakus or gaming communities like Mass Effect, there's this side as well. And it is also undeniable most furry visual novels have dateable characters and often enough not safe for work. But does it really matter? I wonder. Fantasy and imagination are endless. Some people prefer it over real life because they are, for example, suffering, trying to cope with or escape their demons. The amount of furry porn versus human porn in the community? Geez, I mean, the furry community still has furry in the title after all, and not for naught. So everyone who wants normal porn can look it up on any random website. That's the way I see it.
So would you call it more of a sexuality, like LGBTQ plus?
To be a furry is not a sexuality in my eyes, more so a lifestyle. There indeed is a lot of talk about sex. I just made up a theory why it could be the case. What if there's a large amount of pent-up sexual frustration with no valve within many gay people, because gay love can't easily be shown outside of the World Wide Web? This in turn inevitably fuses with furry in the community to create furry porn. Being caged in has never been fun throughout history and calls out for drastic measures. I'm seriously hoping for more romance instead of sex and stories. Keeping that in mind, calling it a fetish isn't so far-fetched.
So it is a fetish. Or isn't it? This is like the crux of the matter, and I'm still not totally clear on it. Resbark says it can be, but I wonder what others have to say about it. I might have to get some more opinions. But I think first I need to find out what the general consensus is, at least among my non-furry friends. Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
When I ask you, like, just what is your opinion on furries in general, what is like the first thing you think of?
I think of very inappropriate bestiality, to be entirely honest. Very fringe. Yeah, something I'm not very interested in knowing much about. Until now, anyway.
Yeah. I'm kind of forcing it on to you.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Really not that bad. There's a lot of other worse fandoms out there. Like, at least there's some light sides to this whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that there's a lot of really wholesome stuff. Whoa. So would you say that you think most people have the same opinion that you have about furries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's never a point in time where a furry is normally ever painted into a good light. It's just that, like, you type in furry and you just see two fucking dogs fucking themselves on Google. Like, no one wants that.
Yeah.
Except for furries, obviously.
Right.
Which is why we're even here in the first place. we can go from a furry, furries to hentai.
Oh god. Oh no, yeah, we're the perfect characters for
you
this.
can go into.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally are the characters for this, literally.
Maybe that'll be the next video I do. Honestly, it's kind of like
there, my guy?
I think I got everything. Oh man. Ew. Can you hear me?
There we go.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Anthony?
When I say furry, what is the first thing you think of?
So I picture a fursuit, and it's like not a specific animal. It's just like the belly of the animal. You know what I mean? And it's like very, like, I don't know. I imagine someone wearing a fursuit.
Okay. And what is your opinion of this person in the fursuit?
So, in general, my sense, being completely removed from the community, is that, like, it's primarily a sex thing. Like, people are turned on by, like, the fursuit or something. I don't know what it is about it, but basically it's kind of icky in a way.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeeved out.
Okay. That's what it seems like most people's opinion is. I think that was really all I wanted.
Yeah, I'm guessing just like the general, like,
it
cool.
It really will just make you look like you have a bad opinion.
Like a total asshole.
You. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
How do I make Discord look more interesting?
All right.
Yes, much
Yep.
more
Right.
interesting.
Quiz.
Okay. Okay, so this is like the question I'm asking is like when I say furry, what is the first thing you think of?
I mean, I honestly, the first thing I think of is 4chan, just because that was where I was first introduced to furries. This was like, in the early days of the internet when like 95% of people walking on the street have no idea what a furry is, but because
Yeah.
I was on like B and some of the other dumb shit boards on 4chan, it was, they introduce you to all different like pits of the internet.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I mean, at first I just thought it was kind of funny and weird, obviously, like strange. It doesn't feel really out of place in the context of 4chan, because it's like everything is fucking crazy
Right.
and strange. It was kind of a meme to like hate on furries back then. It wasn't really serious, I don't think. But I mean, I don't really have anything against furries specifically. I just always thought it was kind of strange. Like I
Yeah.
didn't really understand it, I guess. I would
sex thing.
say it was just a weird fetish. I never associated with anything but the sexual aspect, the pornography aspect of it.
Yeah. It's a good point.
I mean, I have no doubt that the fandom itself has expanded past where it started, but there's no doubt in my mind it started and was primarily a sexual fetish, and there was no lifestyle aspect to it necessarily. I mean, the lifestyle aspect was sexual. It's kind of like how like BDSM or like domination or like
Right.
pet play, like those are like even similar, I guess, in a sense to furry stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's really based around sexuality more than anything, but it does affect your lifestyle.
I'm gonna use that as a soundbite too. That was good.
What else can I say that you use as a soundbite?
Ooh,
fuck me, ooh. I
yeah,
shouldn't say that. I
I'll
shouldn't
use
say
it.
that too
That's
loud.
going in.
Okay, great.
After talking with everyone and editing the video together, I turned off my computer and got in bed, and I dreamt. Dreams, nightmares, about all these questions, about my possible misconceptions, about what it is to be a furry, if it's a fandom or a fetish, and when I opened my eyes, I felt possessed. I felt like a path was made clear. Like I finally know what I have to do. So before I knew it, I went online and I bought 2 tickets for Furrydelphia 2021. We're in King of Prussia at the Valley Forge Casino Resort. That's where Furrydelphia is. And in that building over there, we hope to see some furries and some cool events. This is the first day of the event, so I don't know if there's really going to be anything going on, but let's go in and take a look. Do you mind if I hold this microphone up to you, or do you want to hold the microphone? Okay. So you'd say you'd call yourself a furry?
Yeah, I would, and I probably have for since middle school, honestly,
wow.
for a really long time. I can't remember if it's 5 or 7 years, but a long time.
Damn. What made you realize you could call yourself that?
I'd always I was more introduced into the fandom through YouTube and one of my friends, but really it was just getting into the art of it more than anything else. For the most part, I'm really into art just because of this. I had really no other reason to start. So I was all right, I'll make some characters, and then it just kind of spiraled into there, and now I'm in college for animation, so.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Would you be most interested in making furry animation or just all animation in general?
I would consider it, but I wouldn't limit myself to that.
Right. On the internet, if I were to Google furry, I think the stuff that I see is probably not the stuff that people who are in the fandom actively consume,
Yeah.
So I see a lot of lewd stuff and fetish kind of stuff, and it makes me wonder, is that what it is for most people, or is that just what people who aren't part of it see?
It's not what's most of it, especially for me. I'm not in it at all for that. I don't actively engage really in any of that. But I know for some people it is. But I wouldn't say it's huge. I guess that also depends on like what spaces and circles you're in.
Right.
Like I'm not in a space where I actively like consume content like that.
Right. I've had just misconceptions about the whole thing for a long time.
Yeah, that tends to be like what most people is. Like one of my roommates was like, "Are you one of those furries?" And I was like, "No, I'm just here for the fun of it." Like,
right.
I just get to be a goofy dog. Like that's
awesome.
Yeah.
It must be very freeing.
Yeah, it's fun.
I haven't really seen another community that has like shared artwork like that, as, you know, as much as the furry community.
Yeah.
Would you call it a community or a fandom?
To me, it's like either or. Really, like whatever you're comfortable with using. Some people are more like very into it, and I feel like they would call it more of a community. I more call it just like a fandom.
A fandom. Okay. Do most people in the community make their own characters?
I feel like a lot of people do, but also there's the people who aren't as creatively inclined, so they buy characters off of other people or trade and things like that.
Okay.
So like a lot of like pre-made characters or like things you can like trade for or buy. It's cool because it's not like everyone here is like a grade A like fine artist. Like
right. But someone like you, would you make art for someone?
I've considered it. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite at like the level like this is just something I got from like the person who commissioned my suit, but like I would do it. Yeah, it would be fun, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Right. It seems like art is the biggest thing in the community, and I guess like the dealer's den over there. Do you think that's going to be just all different artists showing their artwork?
Yeah, that's tend to be what it is. It's like either there'll be like suit makers who will like sell parts and things like that, art, commissions, little pins, badges, etc.
Oh, that's neat.
I'm the dance competition MC, so holding a microphone is natural. So,
could you explain like what you're selling here and like?
So I sell a lot of different stuff. It's kind of obviously all a mess right now because I'm still setting up. So I just added bar soap this year. Obviously I added masks just due to the Delta variant. And normally I sell pre-made fursuits as well. Still finishing them. They're in my room. Skirts, paws. If you want to touch it, feel free.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Fursuit parts, fursuit pieces. My biggest thing that I sell though is fursuit spray and soap. So cleaners, detergents. You know, you get done suiting and you know, obviously you probably don't smell the best if you've been in your suit for a decent amount of time. Right. So it's gonna be all about cleaning the fursuit.
So do you make the parts yourself or you buy pre-made?
Yep, everything's hand sewn.
Wow.
A lot of it's actually hand sewn. So like, you know, I hand sew my fingers, but the sides of it I can put on the machine because it fits under there. I have a whole container here of stuff that I still have to finish. I had to bring my sewing machine in order to finish everything. All my fursuit heads are all hand sewn as well, so that's why it's taking so long because I only have 2 hands. So
that's awesome. That's like I can't even fathom putting something together that has like the
yeah. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time, especially with COVID this year and everything. It kind of like a lot of dealers found out in May that they got their tables like if you rolled over. So I mean I've been preparing since May, so it's just been hard to make sure that I have everything and have as much of it as I want. So it's been getting down to the last spoil. I was like ringing in my roommates and my friends was like, "Hey, can you sew this for me?" So,
so do you do like commissions for people?
Yes, I do. Usually what I do is I open up for custom fursuit spray and soap commissions. So if somebody wants like a scent that I don't have, so like somebody wanted sandalwood last year, it's kind of like a trial and error thing. Usually I'm open for fursuit commissions, but this year I just won't be able to open for them because I'm still behind with COVID. Knocked out a lot of fur companies and a lot of getting stuff on time, so everything's kind of like out of stock. So
yeah, would you call yourself a furry?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I have 6 fursuits in my room right now.
Oh my God,
that's an understatement.
And you don't have to have a fursuit to be a furry. So you can have art, or you know, you can just have like your own story.
I'm a military fur, so sometimes that's a whole experience for them. So
yeah, I mean, I guess if your sergeant sees you as a furry, it's just kind of like,
oh yeah,
it's almost like weird because some people don't like it, you know, like some people are like, oh, you guys are just this, that, and the other, and it's like not everybody's like that. Like obviously every community has its weird, dark, and gross, creepy side. Just like, I mean, you can't tell me that there's not Star Wars stuff that's you know, fantasized or whatever. So it just happens from time to time. I mean, any fandom has it. So each community has its own issues. You know, we have issues with, you know, zoophilia because we like animals. We don't like animals like that, but you know, we have our own stuff. So it's like we're not trying to represent that stuff. You know, we're here to just raise money for charity and sell our stuff and basically, you know, dress up as animals, but we're not about that.
So a lot of people have misconceptions like, well, what's the whole furry fandom about? Well,
it's just being you.
Exactly. It's like ripping out your personality and then wearing it. And then people who make this stuff is like, it's like their personality that they just conjured and atomized into like an actual thing. And a lot of people's like, wow, these suits really mean something because it's their personality they get to wear. People get to see what's inside their head.
When you go to an anime con, you know, you're dressing up as somebody else.
Yeah, Sailor
but
Moon.
Here you get to just be yourself. And, you know, oddly enough, it comes out as an animal form. Like, everyone's got their favorite animal, and, you know, you got your favorite set of colors, and then, you know, or like some people, like in Memento, of like, I'm gonna get a German Shepherd because my German Shepherd just passed away, you know, kind of thing. It's different for everyone on how they, like, I guess, choose their persona.
Do you think like the fursuit is the ultimate form of expression, or do you think there's more like
I would definitely say, I mean, it's mixed depending on how you perceive it. I would say for me, yes, because you get to touch and feel that person and your fantasies come alive. I mean, it could be for many different things because people communicate in different ways. So you can hug them, walk with them, and then like for adults, of course.
For me,
you know,
it's just cool to finally like look at a piece of art and then realize that it's an actual physical item. That's the cool thing about it. So yeah, you can actually touch it and, you know, wear it and do things with it and take it places. And everyone's different in their own way, and that just shows how different you are by having a different persona.
What makes you special?
That seems super healthy to be able to have that, you know.
It's
nice.
nice.
It's a great exercise to help lose weight if you need to.
Yeah, fursuiting is hot. So
yeah, I can't imagine, especially on like a day like today.
Oh, today is insane. It is extremely hot today. I don't know what today is.
Excessive heat warning, 97 degrees as of August 12th of 2021.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking
no,
about
yeah,
it.
no problem. Do you have any more questions?
And credit to the camera guy too. He's got to hold that thing all day, and also the viewer as well, because you guys definitely make a difference too.
Yeah, asking questions and learning. He can go back and watch this now and be like, I remember what that
he's got to
person
do so
said.
much trimming now.
We are kind of tethered together, so.
All right.
So the way I got into this, my friend got me Furry Love Stories. It's a visual novel. And it's like, apparently it's like a garbage game. Like, people don't like it. But I did Let's Plays of it, and like, I was the only guy doing it, so people watched it, and like, I kind of have to play the final part. But I figured I'd turn the final part into, not a documentary, but like a way for me to learn. Yeah, a way for me to learn about furries more in the community. I think I have a lot of misconceptions, just from what I can find online, is like, if I Google furry, a lot of it is like lewd stuff and like people hating on furries and stuff. And coming here, I'm realizing like there's so many people who don't consider that, or that's just a part of, you know, the bigger picture of like, it seems super wholesome.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, honestly, I've met a lot of really cool people here. Well, like in the fandom as a whole, and like some really great artists, and like that's what drew me in as an artist myself. I could just like really appreciate other art.
Yeah.
As for like all that lewd stuff and everything, like, hey, some people like it, you know,
Yeah.
and who am I to judge? It's not my place. I'm not that important. So, you know, there's no
Right.
reason for me to go out of my way to shit on other people for what they like. Personally, that's not my thing. That's not why I do it. I just like it, you know, I think it's really cool. I was kind of into it a little bit at first, but I didn't really want to like out myself because you know, the way that people treat it.
Right.
But I met this really cool tattoo artist that's also like a pretty well known. Her name's Domino. Dude, she was like the coolest person I've ever met. And, you know, she was like really out about it. And she was just like, yeah, that's something I like. That's what I do. And then I was like, oh, so like normal people can do this too. Like, you don't have to like be some closeted weirdo to like be into it, you know? I really like anthropomorphic games when I was growing up, like Ty the Tasmanian Tiger and Planes of Time Sweeper. Yeah, those I played those religiously. So it just kind of like fit to be like, oh yeah, I can get into this too. Like, you know, whatever. I've made a lot of friends. I've met a lot of really cool artists. And I think it's just like, it's a cool place to come and just like kind of forget about the rest of the world and just like screw around, have fun, like a kid on a playground, you know?
Yeah.
So it's actually my first convention. I've never been to one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have the fursuit, like the hat? Is it a hat or is it a helmet?
It's a head.
A head.
Technically.
Okay. A head. Did you get the head just for the convention?
Oh no, I actually saw this not that long ago by the artist who made it on Twitter or Instagram, and I really liked it, and I tried to get it, and it sold. then somebody else was selling them, the person who bought it, and I swiped them as soon as I could. I think I bought him back in like November or October or something like that. And I mean, he sits in my closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sits right up on my shelf staring at me. That's all.
Is this like your fursona?
I don't think I have a persona.
Okay.
I never really like gone in like that aspect of it. You know, I see why people like that and everything, but I think he's a cool dude. So
More like cosplaying for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't like put him on and I'm like, this is me. But like
Right.
I can appreciate the craftsmanship, the attention to detail, and just like the overall, just like the amount of time and everything that goes into this. And like, you know, it's just like, it's really cool. And
I can't believe it.
some of them are really freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, some makers make stuff with like LEDs, speakers, all kinds of stuff, and it's just like, wow, I want that. Like, that's cool. I can be a walking rave. Why wouldn't I want that?
Yeah, right. So you said you're an artist yourself?
Yeah, I am.
So do you do commissions for like?
No, actually, I'm looking to be a tattoo artist. So
Oh, wow,
I do,
okay.
I do art like that.
Nice. Do you do like furry artwork on the side or?
No,
or
not
anything?
really.
Just-
I mean, honestly, if I could, I would, because I see people selling pieces of art for thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, I want that to be me.
Right.
Like, I've tried before, but like everything I draw just does not look good. So I'm just like, I'm not really gonna bother myself with this. But if I could, I would for sure.
So it seems like art is like the biggest part of
Yeah,
this
it's
community.
like, it's basically like the fandom only exists because art exists and artists
Oh.
exist. Because like at the end of the day, everything's either a costume or a piece of art.
Right.
And all of that comes from an artist. So without artists, unfortunately, there wouldn't be a very strong furry community.
People who call themselves furries, do you think they relate more to those furry characters than they do human characters?
I mean, you could say for some, but I feel like that's the same with like any community or any fandom. You know, personally, I don't go out of my way to watch like the furry things. I'm more into anime. So yeah.
What's your favorite anime?
Oh gosh, my all-time favorite I would say is a tie between Cowboy Bebop and Evangelion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop is my all-time
Yes,
favorite.
dude, I
It
have
is so
Spike
good.
tattooed on me. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I feel like there is an interesting overlap between anime and the furry stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
It's all drawn, it's all artwork.
Yeah, I think that's what connects anything really to the fandom is just artwork. I mean, if you can go far back as like Disney when freaking Mickey Mouse was still black and white. I mean, he's a furry, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
technically.
Yeah.
So I feel like everything is just connected by that art. Like I said, like the costumes, artists, the people who draw your personas or characters, they're all artists. You
Yeah.
know. I have seen that Disney will go out of their way not to hire furry artists because they don't want that
Really?
association. Yeah.
That's so weird.
I've seen
they
that.
they
Like-
would be
like-
the people who would do the art the best.
I know. I mean, did you see the Olympics? The Australians accidentally commissioned a furry artist to draw their whole thing.
I didn't see
Oh my
that.
gosh, you have to look that up.
Let's look it up. Huh. It really is all furries. That's pretty cool.
To look that up, they're all furries. Like, and
Oh,
Australia
man.
apparently had no idea, but I doubt that. But I've seen people complain like, "Oh, this is my secret account for my furry artwork, so the big mouse doesn't find out."
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that stigma is getting any better or more accepted?
I feel like with videos like this, honestly, I remember there was someone who's really famous, and I have no idea what his name is. I think is like,
Channel 5?
Yeah,
That dude?
yeah. And I saw that he had one, and ironically, I watched it. I mean, most of my friends don't know that I'm a furry, but I watched it with those friends, and they were like, "Wow, they really are just kind of like normal people." And I'm like, "Yeah, for the most part. I mean, like you're gonna get one weird grape in the bunch, but
Sure.
yeah, man, everyone really thinks that we like to screw in these suits, and like I get it, you know, because." I mean, if you look at the cosplay community, you Google cosplay, there's going to be a lot of lewd shit, too.
Right,
You know, the
right.
same way that you Google furry and you saw that, because that's just what's going to get the most attention, like positive and negative. So unfortunately, because it gets so much negative attention, it's the thing that's pushed the most by Google. So if you Google that, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about it, how gross it is, how horrible it is. And
Right.
like I said, we all like weird shit. So just because they don't like the weird shit that you like, doesn't mean that they're any bad people. Unless they actually do something bad, then they are bad people. But, you know, just because somebody wants to get in a $3,000 fur carpet and have sex, I mean, you do you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
This was a great interview. I didn't ask your name.
Jace.
Jace.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Anthony.
I see.
Yeah. His tag says Camera One on his
Camera
Snapchat.
One.
So
that's a great stage name, man. You can go all out here. No one's gonna remember you. You're just gonna be Camera One the whole time.
Like, I really didn't expect to see like so many awesome costumes, especially like this, like the full fursuit. That's amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
Because this is also kind of like an escape from
the hatred,
from everything at home,
right?
Like including politics, schoolwork, practically.
For me, a lot of club responsibilities in VR chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on VR chat in the.
I'm actually a dancer in VR chat.
Oh wow!
For several clubs.
Are you doing it in VR or just like
in
on
VR.
it? Oh wow! Do you have like a full body tracking
I got
thing?
full body tracking and I've got wireless VR.
That's amazing. Do you think VR chat is like a big part of the community?
I think it's an extension of it.
Okay. How'd you guys get into the furry fandom?
I actually had a friend that wanted me to join back in 2019.
Okay.
And I got my fursuit made already. So.
Oh wow. That's
well. I've learned
the
fandom since like 2017, but I didn't really join it until like later on the year.
Right. Was it just your friend that got you into it, or like were you interested before?
I was interested in before, but I joined the Brony fandom in 2014.
Okay.
I've heard about the furries that year in 2014, but I wasn't like really into it. But then
same timeline, same kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I got into the Brony fandom thing. Discovered
in 2014.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, there we go.
Do you think there's a big overlap between bronies and furries?
Well, they're practically kind of the same, but fandoms have different backgrounds from each other.
And, and then there's a fair share of toxicity.
Sure.
But yin and yang.
There are bronies that don't like furries, and there's furry that don't like bronies. It's kind of like switch back.
Right.
Back and forth.
I'm just the one that has an identity crisis and that identifies as a
It seems like art is the biggest part of
everybody loves their characters
and
coming out in arts.
And plenty of opportunity for avatar commissions in VR chat as well.
Right.
One of my friends that I met, he commissioned something and it's really fucking impressive.
I cannot imagine. I can't imagine making a fursuit, but I also can't imagine making a 3D model.
A lot of wonder, a lot of unity.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Mom version.
Do you think VR chat is like the future of this kind of stuff, or just VR in general? Other ways
VR is a huge thing, in my opinion. Like a huge spring forward with how we communicate. For example, like from here, I can talk to someone in the Netherlands and just hang out and cuddle them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
As they're right there, even though they're in the Netherlands and I'm over here,
right,
in the States.
Do you think conventions are kind of like that, where you people from around the world meet up at these events and share info? Yeah.
And
you'll make friends easy by going to conventions.
The physical face-to-face, but we don't have that as an option. VR's the next best thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people when they go to conventions, they feel alone because they don't have anybody to hang out with. But some people are usually shy, and some are like.
Yeah, I assume it's a little easier for some people in VR because they're not in person. It's a little.
Yeah,
less
they're not in
awkward.
person just yet. They can wait until they're ready to go.
It's like a stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think a convention and fursuits is the ultimate form of furry expression, and or do you think there's a next step that people haven't
There's
found
many ways
yet?
that everybody can express themselves.
Yeah, many ways.
This is just the way that I happen to decide to express myself is through.
And some people cannot afford getting a fursuit until.
And sweating my balls off, but it's all.
My main thing was just the misconceptions people have about furries, and coming here, I'm seeing it's much more wholesome than the internet.
One misconception
is
all furries are horny or just excuse my language. I have no filter. No, just horny all the fucking time and are just fucking each other all the time. That is a huge misconception. Yes, there is that side, but that's not all of it.
Right. Just any fandom.
That is literally everybody using that as the main assumption, and the media are going off of that, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more.
I do agree with him on that. Yes.
Right. I mean, of course, the media would just latch on to the negative.
Because they're
part
trying,
of it.
they're trying to make the fandom look bad.
Do you think there's any progress towards being more accepted in the eyes of the media and like pop culture?
I can't say for sure because I haven't been really keeping up with the news anymore.
Right.
It's not even news anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
If I want news, I will look it up myself.
Yep. If there wasn't a stigma around it, do you think more people would feel comfortable being a
If
furry?
there wasn't such a negative stigma around furries, people, I'm sure, would be flocking to be in on this.
Right, because there's already so many, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah, and conventions would have been filled up with tons and tons of people.
Yeah.
Thanks, media.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm literally just over here doing my own thing and just looking around.
Yeah. It seems so cool here. Like, I'm almost a little jealous that I don't have like something that I'm that passionate about.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of dorks.
Man, so there's a dance competition. Are you going to be part of that?
There is.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, in the huge auditorium that's like all the way down past the escalators.
I don't know. Because if it's not 18 plus, I can't do it.
Oh.
I'm going to be itching to get someone a lap dance.
Thank you guys for talking with me.
Thank you so much.
I'm just trying to learn as much as I can. So I feel like I've learned a little more, especially about VR and like just how people get into it. All right.
I'm over here posting VR chat news.
I'll send you like a rough cut if you want to see. Cool.
If you're asking how everyone's consent is with it, I think do whatever you want with it.
It might be better to do down there. Yeah. Here, you want to take the microphone so I don't throw you down the stairs?
But now it's turned into like a bigger video.
Wait, seriously? I've had experience seeing in a lot of things, but not furry videos of games, actually.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about me. I've seen a lot of games. I've seen a lot of playthroughs of games. I play a lot of games. I've spent hundreds of dollars on games that I'm not exactly interested in, but I was curious about and have loved every single one of them. I literally even work at GameStop. As a supervisor, yeah. And when it comes to a game, like, I love talking about them. That's why I work there, but I've never heard of this.
Yeah,
actually.
it's a visual novel. I think it's just like a sex game, basically. It's not like, there's not really a plot. The gameplay is like a Bejeweled game. Like
a Bejeweled game?
Yeah, like you have to match, like there's an eggplant that you have to match and like paws and pants. Like there's different things. And
matching paws with the pants,
yeah. And so I guess I'm wondering, like, what are the misconceptions that people have about furries? Nice.
Hey, yeah, that's because I'm getting serious now. Biggest misconceptions about furries is that they're all horny. Like, they're all horny, they're all out for sex. No, they aren't. Oh, hell no, they are. They're annoying. They're fucking annoying at some parts. Yeah. But, oh my God, do you love them at every other part. You can get all kinds of people from the community because that's what they are. They are people.
Yeah.
All right, they are people. They are people in every possible way. Instead, they are categorized into a fandom. You have a lot of layers. Okay, I'm not gonna turn to Shrek here, but you got a lot of layers, like an onion, yo. Yeah. You cry at some parts of it, you know.
Yep.
You definitely fuck her. You bawl your eyes out at some parts of it, but at some parts you're just like, that's a good combination.
Yeah.
It's really a community about loving the idea of anthropomorphic creatures, people, ears, tails, and all. Just animals turned into human creatures and just humanized.
Yeah.
All right. And nobody knows what that would really look like in reality, but that don't mean that anything artistically can be set aside right away, can be ignored.
Yeah.
And immediately turned into something completely ridiculous. We humans, we're animals. We're no less than animals than any other damn creature. Furries, they love the idea of art, of animals being turned into humans. They furthermore love the animes or animations. They give valuable ideas as to what they might look like.
Yeah.
What they may behave, what the society would look like. It's fascinating in my opinion. I love it in every possible way. and everybody has their different idea of what this would look like. The real answer is actually nobody knows. It's hard to tell because nobody knows what really would happen, but
Right.
despite all that, it's beautiful to see so many people coming together and see what it would look like, especially with the idea of the fantastical species like dragons and all that,
Yeah.
or any combination species like them being fertile enough to be able to actually like crossbreed and stuff.
Right.
That's interesting because if humans never existed, imagine what that would look like.
Different world.
Despite the philosophical angles of it, it's intriguing to see people interact in this way because they all have the same value, almost the same values, the same connection and everything else.
Yeah.
Just seeing them interact in this way and having so many familiar ideals, it's beautiful because you don't see humans react to each other this way often.
Right.
And I'm so appreciative of it.
Yeah.
And that's why I like these conventions. It's not the parties, it's not the alcohol, it's not all of that. It's the familiarity that really brings us together. I really like to talk on this level because it really gets my feelings out. I like to talk about this community because I love this community in every way. And that includes the pup community because they're valid as well.
What is the pup community?
The pup community?
Yeah.
I can't really speak for all of them because I've only been in a little bit, but some people, you know, like the kinky part, you know?
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie about that because they do. But other parts of the community, like, they actually like living as animals do, what the societal norm of an animal is.
Interesting.
And that's because at the base we are all animals. It's not different and it shouldn't be regarded as different. Everybody's an animal. And it's not an unfamiliar thing for people to want to revert to that and want to become animals themselves, want to become dogs. I've seen that part. I've seen people who have been like that. I've met people who are like that. Personally, I like the idea of being between that, of human and animal, because that's exactly what we are. And unfortunately, society places us as either one or the other.
Do you think a lot of people feel that way here?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Is that
People do
like-
not feel that way as often as they should. Because... Hey, I know, right? I mean, do you want to continue somewhere else?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You want the microphone?
Hi.
So,
Did that work?
Yep. Would you guys call yourself furries? Would you?
Yes. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well, how would you define what a furry is for yourself?
Someone with an interest in anthropomorphized animals. However, that's such a vague statement. I'd say there's probably like a Venn diagram of overlapping interests centered around the theme of animals with human-like characteristics. You know, to paraphrase other people, you know, it's multi-decade staying power and mostly continuous growth, probably is in large part due to the bottom-up nature of the content creation, that's not dealing with a received canon, you know, like a Star Wars convention would.
Right. Yeah, it's entirely community-based rather than
Yeah, very much so.
big lead creators.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of its drawing power is providing a venue where people can sort of be their idealized selves. This is perhaps why it often is disproportionately LGBTQ compared to other fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
Why a very large number of people, you know, on the Asperger's autism spectrum, have an interest in it, since you know you have a safe space where you can create your idealized self. Whether they're doing that through the most visible means with the fursuiting, which is, you know, sort of what historically was, you know, drawn to first in media coverage. Art creation, art consumption, writing, you know, role play. You know, I met my significant other. It's still extremely surreal to say that. Honestly, in a furry server in the social media game Second Life, and we've visited each other 3 times now. He came and lived with me for a month, which was
Oh, wow.
very nice.
Nice.
I met my significant other through this fandom, actually. It was actually at Philadelphia, surprisingly.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow, very nice.
Yes. We actually got together officially at a Furthermore, which was Furthermore, a convention.
I was thinking you were outside the fandom looking in.
Oh no! I've been in this fandom actually. It's just I've delved into the world of pup play. Yeah, I've delved
Familiar
into.
with that.
It was a little cheaper, and also I really love being a pup. But
Yep.
and he's my fiance, and we are going to actually.
Oh, big congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Very nice.
And what you said about this fandom attracting a lot of the autism spectrum, actually, specifically people on the Asperger's part, is absolutely true, because I was legitimately diagnosed on that part, and I have met several others who are on that spectrum, and I feel this fandom actually identifies a lot of those people. We have another state of mind than most people, and people don't like to actually, they don't like to admit to that. And not all of us are in this mind state where we want to be furries, of course. Not all of us, but we have our place where we're comfortable.
Oh, yeah, I remember being, 15 when I found
Oh,
ACL in 2004. And on one hand, being like, oh God, why do I like this so much? On the other hand, being like, oh my God, and I thought I was the only one. There's apparently tens of thousands of these people.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God.
Can I ask what VCL is?
It was an image board that was extremely bare bones. There was like no search feature, no tagging. You just had to, alphabetical list, remember the artist's name you liked, and scroll through all, 700 pages of artists.
Oh, what was the topic again? I think this is part of the Asperger.
So you're saying that this is like a safe place for people who might feel like isolated, or like they can't really find their place in some places?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yep, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yep.
And how do you think people come across this community? Or how did you find it?
Definitely a lot of social media presence. So the way I came across it was definitely through social media.
Okay.
Not exactly your regular social media like Facebook or any of that, actually. For me, do you have a better answer? Oh yeah, you don't. I know exactly what your answer is based on what I saw.
So it's confused young 14-year-old who spring break sophomore year of high school 2004 is when I found the furry fandom.
Okay.
And as like a repressed teenager who didn't have a healthy outlet in a world where you weren't supposed to be gay. It was something you should be very ashamed of and keep to yourself. Reading oh wow, lions in the wild have male relationships. Gay lions. Oh my God. And I thought I was the only person that had these bizarre animal people fantasies. I guess I'm not the only one.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that's where the camera died, and kind of lost a lot of stuff that we talked about. But we touched on fursuit clout and the growth of the community and how people are feeling more comfortable to join, especially through social media like Telegram and stuff. We talked about a lot of really good stuff, and it's a shame I can't show it, but I thank them there, and I want to thank you guys again for the really great conversation. So is it a fetish or a fandom? I can't really give a definitive answer. But my headcanon answer is that it doesn't matter. It's a community that thrives on artwork and creativity. Whether that's cute drawings of dogs or not safe for work fursuits, it gives people a place to express themselves and feel like they're included. People will always take things to the extreme, but as long as no humans or animals are harmed, it's all fair game. People like me a couple months ago, and news and media sources who are just trying to make furries look bad by calling it just a fetish or a sex cult, are keeping their eyes intentionally closed to the beautiful, wholesome, and inspirational power of the furry community. Expression is healthy in any form, and we should all be trying to achieve that, because the furries got it right. I saw that firsthand at the convention. And I feel so lucky to have been able to go and meet so many kind and supportive people. Thank you guys for being a part of my video and for being a part of a small part of my life. It's not often that you really get to have your opinions challenged and changed. So I'm glad I got to experience that. And an especially big thank you to Resbark for kickstarting this whole thing. I'll be sure to try those furry games that you mentioned. Pervader, I think, was one of them. I gotta check that out. Thanks for accepting me and my ignorance, you know, and doing this interview anyway. And helping me throughout the whole process of making this video. And thank you to my friends who helped me out in all sorts of ways, because I literally could not have done it without some of you. Anyway, I finished the drawing of my takin, and I think that's a pretty fitting end for this whole experience and this long video, geez. So thank you. Maybe I'll go to Furrydelphia 2022.
The final minigame. It's also 40, just like the hearts. So, might be difficult. That's how you do it. And the same sad ending. And that was the final part of Love Stories. It was a little short, it feels like. It's a little boring because it was just me. But I would still rate this game 8 out of 10. I think some people would disagree. I think for what it is, it's 8 out of 10. And I'm glad to have been able to play this. Glad to have been able to talk with the community over YouTube and be the person, the one guy as far as I know who actually played this game and made a Let's Play. So, hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully my talking wasn't too distracting. And I would, you know, if you're interested in this, I would recommend this game. I wouldn't recommend it if you're not interested. So that's about it. This is goodbye. Goodbye.